Well, it's very impressive, Cheryl. Well, you can make an incredibly good living business with just doing drinkware. Uh, absolutely for sure. So you think about the polymer drinkware. We got more polymer drinkware on the way. So very exciting.
But we didn't start anything really. So, okay, now you should be able to hear me. Yay. Okay. So, welcome to, okay. Yes, okay, great. Okay, so we left off. Let me first off, why don't I do this before we get into that? Let me start the other one, the plate, because we want to see how that's going to work out. Now, David, I'm using something that actually does have black ink to it. So I think that that should work. I mean, that should tell us something. Okay. All right. Um, all right. So we are, now the puck is not as hot as it was. Should I do it again? Should I reheat it again?
It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm just going to tape it down. And
So just for folks that are watching, what's the method to the madness here? Very simple. What we're trying to do is make sure that the transfer stays against the plate during the sublimation process. If the transfer flutters a little bit, the ink will not be sharp. It will sort of go a couple of different directions. And so the shrink wrap in this case is emulating the weight of the heat press plating on top. That's what it's doing. It's emulating that. And so it's a sound strategy. But what I'm hoping is that as we go along here, we can come up with better strategies for doing the plastic plate.
yes, which would be phenomenal. Even though I do love these glass plates, I have to tell you, I have sold many glass plates.
And I did too. The challenge is they're fragile and they're easy to break.
Yes.
With too much weight on it, and often they're inconsistent. They have a little bit of a mountain at the very center of it, and so they just have some inherent issues that requires a mature sublimator to have patience. So, for
Yes.
instance, if the center of it is too raised up like this, little mountain in it, you end up having to use two green pads. Yeah.
Okay, I'm putting this in the oven now, and I am going to do it I'm going to do it for 9 minutes. I'm going to do it for 9 minutes. Yeah, 9 minutes. Okay. So let's go back to the letter and the cutting board. So here is after. Okay, so I cut this open, and here is the cutting board, and then I actually lost track of time because I had lost power and I lost and it came back on.
Show it one more time. I don't understand. Show it one more time.
Okay, so this is the cutting board. This is the transfer. This is the letter, and this is how it went into the oven. Okay.
Okay. Gotcha.
I then cut it. I cut it to see. And are you ready for the results?
Wow.
Woohoo! That's pretty awesome.
So the next question would be, inquiring minds want to know, right? Is if you've done it with the substrate face up.
Wait, say that again.
If you had done it backwards, or this time, second time, with the substrate face up, transfer face down, shrink wrap on top, how would that have worked out?
Well, I kind of did it like that with this one. But I didn't have the gap.
If we had done it the other way, would we be able to even reduce our time even more?
Well, I think, first off, I think that I overcooked it, even though it came out beautiful, because I wasn't paying attention. So it was like there for 5 minutes. I think 3 minutes would have been fine. I think it would have been sufficient, but without being able to, and maybe we'll just have to test it again. What do you guys think? Because I think it really came out amazing. Okay, we are losing David. He is breaking up. Okay, David, has anyone tried pressing the poly mug with the insert and shrink wrap? Okay. There's a lot of echo with David. It must be on David's side. I don't hear it. So, yeah, maybe you can turn it down a little bit, David.
Not sure.
Okay, I'm hoping that people are still on here. But that came out, I mean, honestly, this came out amazing. And so now you know that you can take the shrink wrap with glass. Thank you for that, David. And voila, we can do some substrates with this. So that means that technically you could do, and I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do one more because it's only 4 minutes. And let's see. Okay, I did that at 400. And I'm going to now do it. I did it for 5 minutes, but clearly it was overcooked for sure. So we want to do it for, it's probably 3 minutes is sufficient. But we're going to find out because I'm going to do another one. And we'll find out. And this time, David, you think I should do it up just to see?
I think you should, because there's on a glass cutting board, there's the textured pattern, and then there's the sublimation side. I wouldn't mess with the sublimation side. So the only way you're going to avoid the texture, therefore, is to do it with the substrate face up against the cutting board.
Okay, well, I did it on the texture side.
Yeah, but the textured side is textured.
Right.
It's not smooth and flat.
Right.
So I think to get the best results, just like a press being smooth.
Right. Got it.
We
I'm
want to
following
have
you. Okay, I got it. We'll test it and find out.
Yeah.
That's,
So I can't see any questions for you folks out there, so I don't know what to say exactly. I can pick a couple of subjects to talk about.
we're gonna do another one, and uh, okay, so we're gonna do exactly the same thing, and we're gonna try it and see. But I get what you're saying, David, totally. So let's peel another one. We'll do a side by side. Miss the magic of no press lines. Okay, let's see. Okay, Karen, what do you mean missed the magic? Oh,
I don't think you ever really.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, we didn't do the press lines yet because we lost power, and we may not actually get to it. We might have to put it off because it's already late. But it's exciting stuff. I mean, I don't know if you guys are excited about this, but I'm like thrilled about this. I'm so.
You know what I'm trying to think of, something that you know would really be something that was flat, but you couldn't really put in your press, so you would have
Okay,
to
well,
do it this way.
so this is what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to do kind of a double little thing here in this. I'm also going to do, okay, so I'm going to do what David suggested. And then I'm also going to take one of these and I'm going to do one of those too. Let's just try the whole kit and caboodle, right? Why not? Let's see if this name fits on there. If it does, I'm going to go for it. Let's see if it does. And it does. What the heck, right? But I need more. So this one gave me more. Let's see. You guys have no idea. Oh, but this is reversed. So it's not going to work.
Well, I'd go ahead and do it anyway. You know.
Well, yeah, all right. I will.
You know, one side's going to look okay.
Yeah. It's a test. It's a test. Okay. Let me get my tape and...
I absolutely would do it.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm on a roll here with this stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, the wheels turn with what new products can we come up with that you can put in the oven. And I think
with this stuff is, yeah, it's amazing.
You know, just to, you know, used to be people sold what I call 3D ovens. And I'm not a big proponent of 3D ovens because I didn't think they worked well enough. But using the shrink wrap, you're certainly able to edge closer and closer to what that 3D oven purportedly could do with substrates that, you know, aren't quite flat. So I think more and more we're going to see, you know, innovators like you and your folks saying, "Hey, look what we could do," and you know, that's exciting.
Okay, got the plate done. It's beeping, so let me get my gloves. What the heck did I do with those big heavy-duty gloves? Because those puppies work. Okay, let's see if it did anything at all. But I feel like this is definitely, we're on the right track with the plates for sure. I do believe we are. Okay, so
Tool time with Cheryl.
This is going to be so much fun. See, you know, to me, actually, who was it? I just actually posted this in the group the other day because it's Albert Einstein said, "I'm not smarter than other people. I just tried more things when others quit." Something to that effect. So to me, it's the same thing. So let's see. This puck is hot. Actually didn't transfer at all. So I think it's because I didn't have my puck hot enough. I think that's what the deal was. Oh yeah, because this is not even hot. The paper's not even hot. Okay.
Yeah, the puck actually acts as a huge insulator.
Yeah, so it needed to be hot. Okay, so we'll do that maybe another day, but let's get this puppy started. Want to make sure that I got it on here. Good.
Fun with Sublimation.
Yes. Okay, so this is already doing some weird stuff on me, but let's see. Let's see what we did. Well, what are you guys thinking?
Any questions while you're doing that?
I can't. Okay. This is not going in quite. Okay. Let's see, but need to make sure I get it in there all the way. Okay. So this might be a challenge from the standpoint. I'm thinking that I'm making a mistake by putting it up front. David says to put the image up, on top, and then the substrate. So it's the glass cutting board, then the substrate up. Up.
Again, just something to try. I don't know for sure, but
yeah.
But in just going through the physics of this,
Well, and you would know those things. Listen, my brain.
We're on new ground here.
Yeah, that's right.
New ground.
But my take is that it's going to be better face down. So guess what? I'm going to put this in. I'm going to take this ornament and I'm going to put it in face down. Just because I believe that's the way that it's gonna, okay, so we're doing it. Oh, I can already tell this is gonna be a challenge. This is not, it's not gonna work this way. It's not, because this is thicker than the wood, and so it's causing the wood not to have, enough of the tightness or whatever, the pressure. So we're not going to be able to do that. Okay. All right, here we go. We're doing it. We are doing it. Okay, so I'm putting this in the oven at 400 degrees for...
while we're talking about ovens, we've not found the perfect oven yet, but we're still looking.
I love my Breville, I'll tell you that. I love it.
So you ought to let us know what oven you have. But what I was going to mention, that the first rule of an oven is get you one of those stand-up internal thermometers, because you cannot trust the controls. So that's so important. Number two, that really should be number one, is if you're using an oven for sublimation, under no circumstances use it for food preparation.
Yes.
That's just sort of crazy.
Okay.
So what oven do you have again?
Breville, and I
Okay.
love it. It's great. Okay, so let's see. Have they gotten all the sizes back in stock yet of the shrink wrap? Good
You know,
question. I don't
it's
know.
a very high volume product now, so I can't tell you, just sitting here at this table that, um, but the tremendous number of packs of this stuff with a few more sizes being added, especially for large things like the large dog bowls. So, I mean, we're going bonkers over this stuff.
Okay, so Alice is asking. Okay, so Karen says, "Where are the letters from?" Karen, I cut them myself. So thank you for saying they're beautiful. Okay, have they gotten
And they
all the
were laser
sizes?
cut. They
Yeah,
were
the
laser
laser.
cut.
Yes, laser cut. Yes. Alice says, Cheryl, I wonder if you just heated up the puck and placed it over your design plate, whether that would sublimate without the oven. I don't think so because
What's the question?
okay, whether or not it would sublimate without the oven.
You mean a continuous heat source. So the puck is designed to be used in a flat press where you lower the platen so it touches the top of the puck. That's what it's designed for. So you would get some sublimation. I don't think it would quite work out, but I'm not so sure. But if you got to heat the puck, why not put the plate in as well?
Yeah, and the thing is, I think with the shrink wrap, it gives it enough pressure. Um,
You got to
which,
have more pressure.
yeah,
You got to have more
definitely got to have the pressure. Okay, so, all right, okay. So Diane says, love this, gives me so many ideas to try. I'm trying to figure out what you're working with. I think you said what it is before the sound came back. Laura, I am working with a shrink wrap from Condi, and I placed a glass cutting board, and then some hardboard and a image transfer image, and this is what happened. So it's exciting. It's exciting to try things. To me, just knowing that it's going to come out, I think is pretty exciting. That you can do this with an oven, and I mean the colors are phenomenal. Now, granted, this is probably a year and a half old transfer. Just saying. But it's to me it's like again, as I was saying to David earlier, I use these things if my image was supposed to be mirrored and it wasn't, or the image wasn't big enough, whatever the case is, I keep them and I use them for things like this. I like to test. I love to test. And for me, this is just a really cool thing to do. I think I want to do one more thing. I know you guys want me to press too. Um, uh, let's see.
I do have one funny story. I think it's sort of funny. We'll call it funny weird. I remember one day I got a call, and the client of ours was said they were going to do some odd things with their oven, and I asked him, "Well, what are you pressing in your oven?" Because he was having problems with paper sticking and all that. And I said, "Can you tell me what you're doing?" And he was very hesitant to tell me what he was doing. And I said, "Was it a secret?" And he said, "Well, no, it's just weird." And I go, "Well, tell me what you're doing." He said, "I am sublimating to artificial limbs." And so he was sublimating
Wow.
plastics that they were using to form a replacement leg or arm or whatever. And I go, yeah. And I said, why do you do that? He said, well, this is our way of marking it for identification purposes. That is, of course, very permanent. And he was using essentially sublimation plastic that they would form into the limb.
Wow. 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 Well, I didn't get around to talking about this. So, yeah. Okay, so I tried to do a full bleed, if you guys can see that.
That's incredible. What a great job on the handle. Wow.
Well, but if you look on the inside of it, it's blurry. So it didn't sublimate all the way through on here. So that was kind of a little bummer. But and so this is what I did. I used these clamps. That's what I did because that's the clamps that I had.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But it didn't sublimate the inside of it. So if I did it again, which I will, of course, I would not bring it all the way around because I couldn't do that. I couldn't get it. Now, I guess Sprite is able to get it all the way around.
We're still, it's a work in process.
Okay. Well, I think mine came out pretty good for the most part. I think mine came out pretty good. I mean, from if I would have just done it from handle to handle, it would have been perfect. Oh, thank you, Karen. Well, okay, not to go off topic, but looks like Mobile may have some effects from the storm. David, you guys stay safe.
I think we're going to be okay.
Oh, thank you, Estelle. Yeah, I think it came out. I think it came out really cute. Again, just the inside didn't fully sublimate, but I mean, overall, the handle and everything came out pretty nice. So no blurriness. Again, I just want to figure out things. I thought these clips worked beautifully, by the way. I really did. I would do it differently, though. I would not bring it. I would just bring it to the handle, and that would be it. And it really did. It did a good job.
Some enterprising person is going to come up with a great idea how to do both the handle and sublimate under.
Yeah.
Yep. But at this point in time, we don't know how to do that.
Well, we're getting there, David. We're getting there. And for me, that's what it's about. I'm getting there. and part of the fun is getting there. That's the way I see it.
It's the journey, right?
Yeah.
But I will tell for many people out there that the vast majority of everything we do, there's no experimenting. You can get good results, great results by just doing things the conventional way. But there is we call people like what Cheryl is doing. You know what's a good name for what you're doing, Cheryl?
What's that?
The bleeding edge. And people who are on the bleeding edge bleed. And
Okay.
so it is not for everybody. And sometimes they call them early adopters.
Yeah, well, again, I think it's the thrill of finding something that works, and you're like, oh my God, it works. Okay, so this is kind of sort of what I thought it would be, and now we know. Okay, so just so you all know, now we know. All right, so this was image up. This is image up, and this is image down. Can you see how it did not sublimate all the way through?
Gotcha. Now we know.
Yep, now we know. And that's what it's about, is learning what works and what doesn't work. But I love it. I think it's phenomenal. It's so exciting. It's exciting because now I can recommend to people, listen, you can get a convection oven, and I would recommend a decent one, and you can get some of this Subli wrap along with maybe a cutting board, and you can do items that you couldn't do normally without a heat press. I mean, it's phenomenal.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
if
the
you
truth.
got let's say you got a really teeny tiny heat press, well, you could get a big oven, and extend it. But again, there's no doubt that an oven to me is necessary for our modern drink beer.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, so Laura said, thank you. I can follow along. Okay, looks fabulous. That's cool. Love the mug. Template mug. You know what? I did, for the template, I did a 10.5-inch, and then I don't remember. I think I did a 4-inch on the handles, and that was it. I mean, it was easy. Okay, looks great. Thanks for letting us join your brilliant minds working together. It's like being at a board meeting. Well, I hope it's more interesting than a board meeting. I've been to too many of those. Okay, guys, I think we're going to call it a day. It's 6 o'clock here, my time, and I'm getting hungry. I thoroughly enjoyed it, David. Thank you. And it's just so much fun experimenting with this stuff. So we'll have to do it next week. I promise I will leave the pressing for next week. Are we here next week? Yes, we're here next week. I'll leave the magic, the printing, so I can show everybody, and you guys will we'll have a part 2. I'll come up with some other things that I can use this stuff with, because I'm in love with it. It's so exciting. This stuff is so exciting when you think of what you can do. It's just really.
Thank everyone for being part of this, and
absolutely
look forward to doing it again.
Yep. Okay. Have a great night. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.